Greetings, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Candice Sanderson, and I want to share with you something that happened a few days ago. It had to do with a coincidence. Often I used to hear the words, and I've even said the words, "Oh, what a coincidence." And I never gave it a second thought. Well, not anymore, because now I know better. I know that a coincidence is not something that is haphazard or random. No, it has meaning, and quite often significant meaning. I remember the late Wayne Dyer, and he had such sage comments on coincidences. His view was not only interesting, but in my opinion, very accurate. He used to say, look at the word coincidence, and you'll see that its root word is coincide. If something coincides, it's in agreement, it matches. In geometry, for example, when two shapes or two angles coincide, like two triangles or whatever shape, it means they agree, they fit together, they're a perfect match. So when I experience a coincidence, that's an affirmation that I'm on the right path. It's kind of like a nudge from your angels and your guides. It's a sign, an important sign to pay attention to what you were doing or thinking or saying when the coincidence occurred. Let me share an example with you from a few days ago. I received an email on April 20th of this year, 2021, from Rob and Trish McGregor. They have a podcast called The Mystical Underground. I had been their guest last November, and I was talking to them about my two books, The Reluctant Messenger and The Reluctant Messenger Returns. First of all, let me tell you a little bit about their podcast. When I went to their website, it says that Trish and Rob McGregor and John Posey welcome you to the Mystical Underground, a place where all kinds of phenomena flourish. Here, voices whisper ancient secrets, signs and symbols are abundant. UFOs, ETs, ghosts, and even the dead move about freely. Pilots fly into the Bermuda Triangle and live to tell about it. Dreams and visions of future events come true. Mind-to-mind communication is the norm. Here we meet authors, researchers, and investigators of the mysterious, the strange, and of the inexplicable anomalies that surround us. Step out of the everyday world and take a journey into the mystical underground. Thank you for joining us. Now, I will have a link to the mystical underground and to my episode on that from last November in the description below. So make sure you check that out. Let's get to the email that Rob sent me. He says, "Hi, Candice, I hope you're well. I have a story for you. Last night, just at midnight, I finished working on a book proposal that Trish and I are doing called Reports from the Mystical Underground that melts thoughts and ideas, especially about the shift underway from our podcast guests, including you. I turned off my light and was in the kitchen when Trish was trying to turn off the sound she thought she heard from the television. Then she realized the voice she heard was coming from my darkened room. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. I walked back and the Alexa AI on my desk was talking. What was being said was familiar sounding, something about harmony and balance, I think. It was as if a related version of my thoughts from the book proposal were now flowing out of Alexa. But that wasn't exactly it. So I asked Alexa, what is this? And she responded, it's The Reluctant Messenger by Candice Sanderson. Rob says, wow, that was strange. I have your book on Kindle, but I didn't think I had the audio. This morning, I checked your book on audio and it says, quote, tap to download audio, meaning it hasn't been downloaded. But yet there it was being read on Alexa at midnight. I should add that I had not mentioned your name to Trish, so Alexa could not have picked it up that way. Strange and interesting, Rob. Well, I am so thankful that Rob reached out to share this experience. When we recognize these signs that surround us, I've learned to take the next step, whether it's a significant dream that I have, or just a thought, or just these things that coincide. I will reach out to the other people that might be involved and share it. As we share, it raises the vibration and it keeps the energy flowing. Sharing also adds an element of gratitude, which encourages more connections to our guides and angels. Quite often, sharing results in validating your own experience, which in turn results in more experiences. It's one of those beautiful cycles that feels so good to be in. Let me share with you the few takeaways that I gathered from this. These signs, these coincidences, these synchronicities are all around us all the time. But sometimes we need to learn to tune into them, be appreciative of them, and share them like I am, like Rob and Trish did. Sharing is caring, and it encourages more of the same. And don't forget, you can always ask for signs. As you ask your guides and angels for signs, you will get more. You end up just asking, giving attention and intention to that helps to open your non-physical senses, and you will start seeing, hearing, and feeling words of wisdom. We know that everything is energy, and when energy patterns and vibrations line up to coincide with what you're doing or you're thinking, then make sure you show gratitude. Be thankful. Realize that this is a nudge from your angels and your guides as they acknowledge the path that you're on. In Rob and Trisha's case, this was a big nod about their new book, Reports from the Mystical Underground. I don't know when it will be out, but I'll certainly let you know when it is. I want you to check out their podcast, The Mystical Underground. It's on SoundCloud. Again, I'll put a link to my interview with them and a link to their podcast below. Thank you for joining me today, and I want you to keep your eyes out for more coincidences. Be sure to drop me an email or let me know when you find some of these beautiful words of wisdom that seem to magically appear when you least expect it. Until next time, remember, we are all energy beings, and how we use our energy helps define who we are. It also sends out a beautiful energy field of who we are so that we can attract others. So make sure that you use kind thoughts, kind words, and use your heart to guide you into a most beautiful field of energy that will affect everyone around you. Until next time, you can find me on social media. Remember, keep your eyes open for those coincidences. Bye.